I'm Jimmy from Superpath. I'm here today with Michael Thomas, founder of Campfire Labs. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for chatting today.
Yeah. I would love maybe could we just start Campfire? Tell us a little bit about the company, like who's Campfire, what is Campfire, what do you all do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I usually like to tell with a story. We're all about storytelling. So for the quick one-liners, we're content marketing for B2B companies. We really take a lens with like journalistic kind of practice and process. So I used to write for magazines like The Atlantic and Fast Company. And what I really loved about that style of writing was it was all focused on people and their stories. And I have done some marketing and tech in the past as well, and found that marketers tend to not tell stories very well. They kind of they tell instead of showing through story, and a lot of marketing is just really bad out there. And so I started Campfire Labs with the idea of bringing that literary journalistic style to content marketing. And so the idea is that all of our writers are trained in a journalism style, so really deep research, interviewing people and experts rather than just kind of coming up with puff pieces, and then writing in a way that's very much focused on people and what they're doing as a way to express an idea. And so we've been able to attract some really great customers. We work with Stripe, Dropbox, Asana, Notion, Abstract, about 24 other really great brands.
Man,
And
that's awesome.
yeah, that's I think the thing that our team really loves the most is we just work with amazing customers and really love working with them all. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. We get to work on a broad set of projects, not just marketing the same thing every day,
Right.
but not burnout culture of agencies and not like churn and burn style. So we've been able to create a cool culture as well.
That's cool. That's awesome. I would encourage people to go to your site, campfirelabs.co, and click on the customers tab and just see what it looks like. I mean, honestly, I was like super impressed when I went and looked not just at the logos there, but at the work that you guys are doing. It's
Yeah,
really good.
thanks.
Um, I assume you're hiring people remotely, but it's always good to clarify that up front.
Yeah, we the way I describe it is we were remote before it was cool. Before Corona sent us all home. Yeah, we're remote first and have folks in Glasgow, and then two in Toronto, Canada. My fiance told me before this, we were just eating lunch. She said, "Mention the Canadians. Everyone loves Canadians." So
Oh,
we've
that's
got
funny.
Canadians on our team.
Nice. That's a huge selling point. Also, Toronto, I don't have data to support this, but Toronto seems to be becoming a content hub. There's
Yeah.
so many people in the Superpath community from Toronto that have
Mhm.
high level content marketing jobs. I think
Yeah.
maybe Shopify has influenced that. I know there's
Yeah.
other, big tech companies based there, but like it used to be
Yeah.
all Boston and now it seems like it's all Toronto.
Yeah, I think also to throw a shout out to Cassandra Jowett in Toronto. She has built this incredible content marketers community there. And I had a call with her last week, and she's just like so intentional, so thoughtful, and sharp on the topic of content marketing. So I think she's a big part of that.
Oh, nice. Okay, I got to check that out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Can we chat about culture for a minute? I mean, I feel like culture is, it's a little bit of a squishy word. Like, what does it
Yeah.
mean to you? Like, what kind of culture are you building at Campfire? And then like kind of like very like practically, like how does it play out?
Absolutely. So we're really intentional about our culture. We are trying to create a culture that is really built on like kindness and empathy first. I think that in work, sometimes we forget that we're working with other humans, and that's like another human being with a full, rich life at home that you're talking to and working alongside. And so I think the way that that kind of plays out is we're always kind to each other and listen, no interrupting someone or like not, are we allowed to curse on these
Sure.
videos?
Yeah.
So no asshole culture.
Yeah.
And then also just in the way that we think about well-being on the team. So as we think about working with each other, if we're sending a Slack message, we're thoughtful about what time of day it is and how that might impact somebody. And we've got a couple parents on the team, and so making sure that the work can kind of work around their schedule so that they can be parents first and still really prioritize their kids. And then we also are really driven by performance. So we want to do really great work. We want to grow every day. I think personal growth is a huge part of our culture, where we're all always kind of pushing each other and trying to help each other grow. And then I think honest and open communication is the last part that I'd mentioned, where we try to be really candid with each other from first that place of kindness, and we do it because we know that it can help all of us grow. And so I try to lead with that by example, where I'm always looking for feedback, always trying to be self-aware about my own shortcomings or where I can grow, and encourage my team to do that as well.
That's cool. That's cool. I appreciate how thoughtful you've been about that. And just a quick kind of side note on the kindness thing, like we actually included that in our community guidelines for our community. And when you just say it up front, people get behind it. You know what I mean? It's like something about just making it explicit, like that this is a safe place. Like we're all going to be nice to each other here. Like everyone kind of like can rally around that. So anyways, well, cool. So you have a couple jobs that you're hiring for. Why don't we dive into those? Okay, let's talk about the production manager role. I'm not actually don't know, like just based purely on title, I'm not exactly sure what this person does. So can you just kind of explain like what this role is going to be doing?
Absolutely. So the way I describe this role is it's somebody who can really help our writing and editorial team do their best work and make the customer experience really great, since oftentimes writers and editors are creative types, and I am certainly this way as a writer by nature, not always the most organized, not keeping things really clean in Google Drive or in Asana. So we're looking for someone who's just like passionate about organizing work and has maybe organized something in Asana in their life, or a Notion. They've got that for their personal life. They like spreadsheets to organize things and foldering systems. So it's sort of like a project manager. And really the goal is to provide this great customer experience. So there's three kind of key parts of that I've got written down here. The first one is make our editorial operations smooth like butter. So that's just making sure that after a kickoff of a project that they're going to be on that call with our editorial team to make sure that everyone's clear on timelines and responsibilities, and then ensuring that the project's kind of moving forward and that everything's always organized in Asana and everyone knows who's responsible for what and when it's due. And then communicating with our editorial team to make sure that they know their priorities at any given time, and then communicating with our clients as well, and helping to kind of be that liaison sometimes between our writers and editorial team and the customers. And then a big part of it's helping us to manage project timelines and budgets and make sure that we're able to do this incredible high quality work, but still be mindful of some of the business goals that we have, and not go too far over budget or over timeline. We certainly don't want anything to ever be late for our customers. So that's kind of the high level.
Cool. That's cool. Is there like for this person, is there like a portfolio that they show you? You know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's how they organize recipes, or a training log, or something like that.
I think it's something like that. It's like, but I'll now say this for the fourth time. So again, broken record, but we never want experience to be something that's stopping somebody from applying. Like we really do look at candidates who have traditionally been overlooked. And so if you don't have experience as a project manager, but can show us, like, let me show you how I organize this volunteer work that I was doing, or this thing in my personal life, and like snap some screenshots and send us how beautiful your Asana board or Trello board or your spreadsheet for managing something is. And that work usually shows that thoughtfulness that people have. We work with someone, just to kind of give a shout out at Instacart, that it's a woman who is just so thoughtful and organized and just always on it, like a great communicator. And I think if we could clone someone like that, who was able to just really bring rigorousness in terms of some process, but then also be empathetic and human and communicating with our writers and not make it feel too monotonous or too process driven. I think it's kind of someone who can balance that as very empathetic and loves helping people do their best work, but never too much and too process driven.
I like that. It's like kind of like the Marie Kondo
Exactly.
of content marketing. Like that was the first person that I ever heard talk about organizing and felt inspired.
Yeah,
You know, and it's
totally.
like, that's really cool. Okay, cool. Well, for folks interested, obviously we got buttons below to decide to apply. You know, feel free to hit Michael up in Slack if you have questions or, you know, want to chat about it. And yeah, we look forward to sending people your way. And I really appreciate you doing this, Michael. I appreciate your time. I know you have a lot going on.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it.